Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. Please welcome Valerie from Illumination Portal. Hi, Valerie. How are you?
Hi, Jean. How are you? Good to see you again. I love hanging out with you.
Thanks for coming back. And it is so much
Absolutely.
fun when we get together. I know that there's a little bit of a short delay here before we get
Hmm.
started. Because of the notifications going out. But I see we have some VIPs in the house. Bora Bora is here. Nice to see you, Bora Bora. And Viviani is here. Hi, Viviani. So nice to
Hi.
see you.
Oh, geez, I'm so sorry. I turned that down. It just turned itself on. This new phone is driving me nuts. I'm
And
sorry.
we were just talking about listening to ourselves. And I thought that was really funny. And Taylor Robert is here. Nice to see you.
Oh, I love
Taylor
it.
and Venus is here. Hi, Venus. She said, I'm at work and lurking. Very good. All right, we gotcha. She loves listening to you, Val. And here's
Aw.
Dora. Hi, Dora Romero. So nice to see you. And I'm sure there's got to be more, or I'm sure there are more of you out there lurking and listening. So we appreciate all of you being here as well. So Val's going to go over with us just a little bit about Capricorn, the solstice, and the new moon in Sagittarius.
We have big week. We do have a big week. Yeah. And it's I mean, this is kind of what we all been coming working towards. Let's say it like that. We've been doing a lot of inner soul work. I'd say definitely heavily the last 5 years, but this year was especially intense. So we've shed a lot, right? And that's kind of that new moon in Sagittarius brings us to, okay, you've done all the work. Now what's your dream? Do you believe in your dream? It's the belief system in us because we all have all these signs. Don't forget, your chart has got everything in there, and somewhere you have Sagittarius, and this is affecting your chart somewhere. And it gives us that, like, Sagittarius is a fire sign. It gives us that passion to go for things, to like really dream big. He has an arrow. It's a centaur with an arrow, and his arrow is pointing up into the next the next step for him or her, the vision. So yeah, it and it was a 28-degree new moon, and it was sitting on the galactic center, which is at 27 degrees, but it's a huge anomaly in space that it is give it a few degree orb on either side. That is flowing in higher consciousness information, downloads, light codes, all of that stuff. You get those aha moments, you get inspiration, right? So, and Venus was right, like, well, Venus was at 24. I usually don't go into the degrees, but 24, 27, 28, they're powerful. It's a powerful little, it's called a stellium, 3 planets or more that are pouring in their specific attributes into this new era, because that's what we're really doing. We've been closing down the old era for the most part. And that Scorpio season really helped us pull out what was kind of hanging on, in there for the most part. Not saying it's all gone, but we're all here, higher consciousness community, and thank you for being here. And we are aware of these things. It's people who are being awakened, which is another thing that Sagittarius moon is doing. It is giving people why do I believe that? Is that, can I, they're upgrading their beliefs. Let's look at it that way. And this is important for all of us to raise in frequency. We obviously all have to upgrade our beliefs and challenge the ones that we've been programmed into. So let me just make sure. There was one other thing with that new moon in Sagittarius. We had an asteroid called Hecate who was right there at 27 degrees. So she was on the galactic center, and she's a mother goddess. She's a fertility goddess. She's a creation goddess. You know, so it's saying, to me, it was saying, here we are at this new point in time, and going forward, we're creating a new, because she is also like the witch god, like a lot of people who celebrate Wiccan use her in their intentions. Is what did I write down? Birth of your own intuition through the liminal crossroads. I don't think that was me. I wrote that from somebody else, but that is, I felt that statement perfectly described it. We are at a crossroads. We are going, who am I? Where am I? How do I want to go forward? Can I do that? And that's the thing with the belief system, is that we have to, well, we don't have to do anything. Let me rephrase that. It is in our highest best interest to not put the limitations in our own path. Like, I don't have money. I don't have time. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have the intelligence, whatever it is. Because I know we all do that. I do it, and every day I work through that with my spirit team. Let me just see if there was anything else. And then one other thing. Mercury, well, today, Mercury is at 13 degrees on the solstice. Okay, this is us opening up a new door into we're welcoming in the light. We're taking the time to go in to digest what we just went through the last year, really. And we're giving ourselves, the time and space to really feel into what feels right, because that's the way forward. That's our navigation system. That Mercury is at 13 degrees Sagittarius, which just happens to be America's birth chart as a rising sign.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so here we are. That's a clear signal, something going on in America on this day. I should be clear, I'm on the East Coast, so I'm Eastern time zone, but so is DC. So this is to me, it's really important. So yeah, that is, and Jupiter is at 22 degrees retrograde. Now these double digits are important, and it's a 4, so it's kind of the foundation, right? But it was squaring Saturn and Neptune at the end degrees of Pisces. And that square is actually beneficial. Squares to me are always beneficial, because the square will help you take that pause before you go head first into something that maybe it would have been better suited that you didn't. But yeah, so that square, and that's Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer. Again, focusing on how you feel. And everybody's in retrograde, well, except Neptune. So I'm sorry, but Saturn, well, no, Saturn came out of retrograde too. My apologies. So they're gearing up though. They're coming back out of Pisces for the last time. And remember, those two haven't been together. They've been traveling together for about a year. They're going to be conjunct on February 20th, 2026. That has never even happened. There's no point in history where they have traveled together and meet at 0 degree Aries, the first degree of the zodiac. So, and that's, to me, that signifies the new era, right? It's the start of it. By no means is it all here, because we're all creating that as we go. That's why your beliefs are so important about how do you want to go forward, right? But that Neptune.
I'm popping this up on the screen, Val, and I just want to apologize for all the ads, you guys. I tried to get rid of them. And this is Pisces right here, and this is Aries right here. Pisces is at the end of the zodiac sign or wheel, and
Mhm.
Aries is at the beginning. And every planet has gone through Aries, except and including Saturn and um, Uranus, no, Neptune
Yeah.
and Saturn. And then, but these guys are moving together here, which is quite highly unusual that they both came into Aries together. They both went into retrograde back into Pisces together. And now they're both out of their retrograde moving forward, but they're right at these very end degrees. And that's why she's saying she doesn't always talk about degrees. But this is such a volatile area of everybody's chart. It's a big change, it's a big new beginning. And especially because all of these planets have already gone through the whole astrological wheel and moved into Aries after this, what, 26,000 year cycle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that for these two huge planets, they have such an impact characteristically and or socially on humanity and on Earth. It's really important for us to get to maybe find out more information about why and how these two planets affect us, affect our society. And watching these two planets go into Aries for the first time, we're actually beginning a whole new cycle, which is really inspiring. It's informative. And it's not only that, but astrology is going to be more and more important to all of us. And it's not that all of a sudden astrology is important, it's always been, but there really hasn't been really that big of a dynamic. It's typical, it's usual, it's expected, it's a cyclical thing. But there
Mhm.
has been things in the last year and coming up in the next 5 years that we've
Mhm.
never seen before. It's the first in thousands of years. So it's really important for us to recognize these. And this is Chiron is in retrograde, and
Mhm.
this is Uranus in retrograde, and this is it? It's Jupiter in
That's
retrograde,
Jupiter. Yeah.
and and
Chiron is in Aries. Yeah, you got Chiron. Yeah, there
yeah,
you are.
and
Okay.
all of these are in retrograde. And I'm telling you guys, pay attention to these bigger planets. They move slow.
Mhm.
They have big impacts on our lives. Now, up here we have Pluto. Pluto is very small, but it moves very slowly. It's up here in what, Aquarius, right? And then
Mhm.
here's Mars, and here's Venus, and here's Mercury, and here's the Sun. Now, these guys run around this thing like so fast. They come what every 13 weeks or something. Like, and the moon goes around every 3 or every 28 days.
Every
We know that,
yeah.
right? And
Mhm.
and they are chasing each other, but meanwhile, or I'm sorry, they're probably going this way, Val. I'm sorry, it's me. Um,
No,
and
you're right.
and they're chasing each other, going around this
Mhm.
way. And it's really, and I love the way they all get like in a traffic jam and they all get together and they almost like help these guys, the bigger, slower movers to move. But it
Mhm.
also is dynamically affecting all of our lives. And it depends on where these things fall in your own birth chart or natal chart, it's also called. And to find out that if if you have a planet in these areas, or if your natal chart is affected by some of these larger planets or the houses, it's really it's quite informative, and it's also quite
Mhm.
distinctive because not everybody, let me just remove this a second. Not everybody is going to be affected by every cycle that is changing in our
Mhm.
solar system. And you could be like, oh, there's no big deal with this new moon. There's no big deal with this moon and Saturn. And other people will be like, the moon and Saturn. And, or the moon, whatever. The moon is Sagittarius is what I was trying to say, and it affects some people and not others. And this is why it's
Mhm.
important for us to know a little bit about where our planets lie, where our planets lie against what the planets are doing right now. And it's informative, and it just gives you a perspective and an understanding of the energies and of the either the stability or the instability in our lives. And we all are going through a cycle of instability in many cases as far as our society and our countries, but it's the whole world, you know. But it's a beautiful instability. It's a breakdown
Yeah.
as right before the renewal. And this renewal, we want to be really clear about what we want and what we
Yeah.
see for ourselves. And this is what Val can help us with, is where to rebuild. Also to tell us we're going through now, but when it's important for us to start rebuilding, and when the I'm sorry, it's Neptune and Saturn, when they start moving into Aries, you're going to want to get you're going to want to have your
Chart done.
preference, your desires, your dreams, your
Mhm.
your what you want defined, and have that goal in mind. So go ahead, Val. I'm sorry. I just felt like
No,
jumping at
no, I
you.
love it. I love how you explain. You always explain things so well, and it's also a good time to get your chart done for that, because that's big. That is the new era. That's your new way forward. Anybody, I would suggest to see an astrologer. It doesn't necessarily have to be me, but I love doing these readings. Okay, so when Jean was saying, not every aspect that goes on, right, hits us. They go so fast. The planets move fast, but yet slow, right? The outer ones go very slow. Those are big life changes. They take time, and we don't really notice it. You know, we're in it. You don't really know until, like, hindsight, right? Hindsight helps us out with this. But the personal planets, the fast movers, are pretty quick. And if you know, like, where are we at now? Mars is in Capricorn. That's our ability to get things done. Even though there's a lot of retrogrades going on out here, if Mars line it up in Capricorn and get you moving forward, right? And we just moved into 0 degree Capricorn season, right? Which is every December solstice to the January 19th, right? So this is the culmination of the month. And we have all these holidays, right? Because the solstice, really, all these things have branched off of solstice. And throughout thousands of years, Yule and all that, because they honored the light coming back in. They relied on the seasons to be uh, predictable so they could live their lives. And you have to prepare for this. We didn't have electricity and stuff back then, but now we do. But so it's interesting to watch, I should say, like what they were concerned about to what we're concerned about now, because we got nice lives because of that, because of them. But anywho, where am I at? With the sun entering Capricorn on the longest night of the year, the shortest day of the year. It gives you that pause. This is the time, it's winter time, where to go inside, to stay in the stillness, to reflect on the year, to really align yourself to where it is that you want to put your energy forward. And we're doing both, right? We thankfully have Mars in Capricorn, where that energy is being utilized at optimal peak. Because Capricorn is the leaders, right? They know how to plan things. They know how to get things done. It's an earth sign. It really goes in. It looks at all the whole year, and it says, okay, here we made it to here. Where is it where we headed? With Sagittarius, we usually have figured it out. You know who you're buying your presents for. You know where you're having Christmas, is where you're spending the holidays and things like that, right? And those are the obvious things. But these last 5 years have been about our internal growth. And even though we had to, of course, do life, right? We've done a lot of shedding. We're about to leave the Chinese New Year of the wood snake and go into the fire horse, which that was really powerful on that new moon in Sagittarius. Even though he's half horse and half man, he is a fire sign. So that was like a double message there to really bring in the big dream, bring in the dreams take a lot of courage. It does, takes a lot of courage. But then we come into Capricorn. Capricorn gives us the courage to go forward, right? So, and then Venus is going to go into Capricorn on the 4th. And this is really cool. Oh, let me say these things. Okay. On the new moon, the moon and Mars were out of bounds. Out of bounds means it's out of the normal degrees that keep the planets going in motion. Sometimes they go a little out further. There is no rules when a planet goes out of bounds. So you may approach things differently. You may change the rules on how you approach things with that Mars being out of bounds. And that new moon was saying, yeah, definitely don't follow the same old script. Go ahead. Sure.
I'm sorry, Val. Can you say that again? What does it mean when they're out of bounds?
They're outside of the degree from where they are on Earth and the space between Earth and the sun. So they go out past that. They're a little bit further out.
Is it our view? Is it our viewpoint?
Well, I don't know if we'd actually see it, but we can, like on an ephemeris for astrologers, for astronomers, they can tell. Okay, okay, today we know that the Earth is tilted closest to the sun on a winter solstice. See, this is where
so it is based on our. It's on our perspective, our view.
Goodness, yes,
yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So where it is from, I wouldn't even know how to put it, miles, but it's degrees. They use degrees. So say it's 23 degrees, like today, 23.5 degrees. This is what makes winter solstice. Closest to the sun, too. Earth is closest to the sun. So if Mars, say, stepped out of that bounds and he's at 30 degrees, there's no rules for him there because that's not his normal trajectory. One of these lines, one of these circles going around the sun. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot to understand, and it's very confusing because it seems like everything is astrological is backwards on purpose. But
I know it is. I know, but I also wanted, while we have this graphic up, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that we call the outer planets because when they first discovered the solar system, they only saw, and I don't know if Jupiter was in the original 5. Wasn't there an original 5 that they saw? And then
Jupiter was, in Saturn like represented all the outer signs. Like Saturn was Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, like everything was listed under Saturn. And then once they found the other outer planets, they started giving them different rulers. So that's
okay. So they call these 3 the outer planets. These 3.
Well, no, even Jupiter and Saturn are too, because they are slow. Jupiter takes 12 years, so let's leave him. And he's the protector of Earth, right? Without Jupiter there, we'd be hit by asteroids or comets a lot more. Saturn is 28 years cycle, right? 28.5. And he is, Father Time, the man, Uranus goes on her side, right? She's backwards. She just spins on her side. And she takes 84 years to go.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Neptune is spirit. This is who I attribute spirit to. And my team has attributed. That is 165 years to go around the sun one time.
Wow.
And Pluto's 248 years. That's why it was such a big deal last year when America's Pluto return was 248 years, and then he changed into Aquarius, from Capricorn to Aquarius. And this is, we know We know from the last time he was Pluto was in Aquarius when America was first born. We created our Constitution. We created all of these documents, right, that brought us to be this free nation. So there's so much. I mean, it's just so much to do. Like in Uranus is going to be in back in Gemini in April, and that's America's Uranus return this year, and that's huge in the Sibley chart. But the last time Uranus was in Gemini was in the 30s, right? Where we uh, discovered radar. We discovered, we even discovered Uranus, I think, at that time.
Yeah.
All this stuff, right? So it's X-rays, things like that.
Wow.
There's always new innovations with Uranus, especially who rules Aquarius, but those innovations are based on the sign it's in. You know, it's an air sign, it's communication.
So that's why we call them the outer planets, the slower moving planets, because of that, because of them being out here, and it takes them many more years, where these guys fly around the sun and they're always within our, messing with us all the time. And then these all are a little slower and less, but when these do come back around, it's just much more impactful for us, or seems to be. But
Always, they're
yeah,
always like talking to each other. I mean,
yeah,
we may not know what that conversation is fully about. Like, and
yeah.
we could put it on events, we could put it on our own personal self, or a couple. This is why it's so cool to get a reading, because those time, even though depending on what's going on in your life, it's going to show up in your chart somewhere. That's the cool part. And to think about that, Saturn, right, goes around the Earth every 29 years, and that Neptune, that takes 165 years. For them to be together at that same spot is really, I mean, to me, it's all miraculous.
Yep. Yep.
It really is.
Now that we showed you how big those planets are right
Yeah.
here, and why they're moving from Pisces to Aries right here, and the
Mhm.
degrees, you can see how this is and they were moving together here and then moving together back
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
moving. And that's, I mean, for those large planets, the ones that I just showed you, I'm sorry, I can't toggle back and forth because one's a picture and one's a website, but that's just what I wanted to share with you guys. It's hard to imagine sometimes when you see the astrological wheel in the, um, to when you're getting your, yeah, that. And,
Mhm.
but when you imagine, when you look at the solar system and you see the actual planets and you see where they are, and
Mhm.
then try and keep that in your mind, like the bigger, larger outside planets, and how big of a impact that they can make, and that they're moving together, it's very exciting. But just, and then Val
Right.
will tell you why. Right.
Absolutely.
Painting it.
Absolutely. I love it. It's like, it's so cool. And oh, and I wanted to say this, I almost forgot this, on the new moon in Sagittarius that was on the galactic center. Three Eye Atlas was doing its closest flyby to Earth. So that is a huge statement to me. That's the universe speaking. That's spirit speaking. Okay, pay attention. Look what is going on now. I did see somebody make a chart with Three Eye Atlas from when it first came in, and it came in. Guess where it came in? Where that Mercury is sitting right now on the great attractor. I'm sorry, take that back. On the galactic center where the sun was the other day. It came in that way, and it's going out on the great attractor. And you can't make that up. Those are two of the space anomalies. And it's just like, it turned blue, it turned red. We could go into the Hopi prophecy, blue Katina, red Katina. There's so much going on here that I wish I had the bandwidth to understand it all, but I do my best, scratch at the surface, right? But it's really, I mean, we are truly living in epic times, and we we are being freed. Well, we're freeing ourselves. We've released a lot. We have shed a lot because we all were uh, suppressed. Everybody on earth has been suppressed for thousands of years. Now that that energy is opening up and lightening up, we're raising in frequency, and we're remembering we're much more than what we were ever told, and we're discovering that, right? It's like this really cool treasure hunt. We're discovering who we are, and you know your spirit team is right there. Is when you make a declaration or you make a step forward, those doors open for you. You can't deny that. That's why we're all here in this community. So it's really cool. Dream big, speak up, believe in yourself, allow yourself to be that. Whatever that dream is you have, you are entitled to it because you are a spark of the divine. That's all I'm
It,
looking at.
it's up to us to create what we want. And we are the creators, and we have the power to create through our choices. And it's really important to have that creation and write down all of our hopes and dreams and desires. And really, it's up to us to manifest this. They say that what we focus on grows. And, you know, it really is, we've always been powerful, but now that we've awakened and we're more aware and we can see the truth, we can see through illusions, we have even more power now because we believe it. And the belief gives us, it's about what we believe, and what is sort of we're led to believe makes a difference in how much power and how much authenticity and creation, the ability to create our own future. It really is in our own hands, you guys. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's so excited. And like Val said, we're only scratching the surface, you guys. There's so much more to know and to review about this. But what I wanted to do, since we're at the 30-minute mark, believe it or not, Val, I wanted to go ahead and switch over to, we're going to start doing readings. And as you can see, Taylor here has, I think it's Capricorn Sun and Cancer Moon and Scorpio Rising. So if you could let us know your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign, if you know it, that we're going to, and not everybody's, we only have a little bit of time left, so we're going to try and just get a few of you in here. So if you know what yours is, we'll do a little psychic reading on your signs. This is not an astrological reading. If anybody wants an astrological reading, you can contact Val. And Val, tell them your email.
I will. I'll put it in the chat here. I did make a mistake, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to go over it real quick. Is that okay, Jean?
Of course.
One of the aspects, the Saturn Neptune was squaring the new moon. Jupiter was squaring Chiron. So Jupiter and Cancer squaring Chiron and Aries. That's a wound, a personal wound. Was helping us clear that personal wound. The other one, I had it backwards. I don't know why. I talked too fast,
That's
too
okay.
much. I don't.
So, and Creative Chick said she was born on the cusp of Pisces and Aries, and she's a creative chick. Can you believe it?
I mean, that's that last. Okay, think about the cusp, right? It's the last degree and the first degree. That's a world point too. That's another thing where that Saturn and Neptune are at the end, and that 0 point of Aries. All those 0 points of cardinal signs, because each one has it, 4 spaces, is a world point. But that last degree and that first degree, wow, you probably are very creative, I would say. Yeah, definitely. Very cool. We have so much. We have so much going on. We have the full moon. I just didn't say this too on February 3rd in Cancer, which is really cool. The Sun and Venus and Mercury will be conjunct. That's going to be big. That's, again, balancing our divine feminine and our divine masculine. So I just wanted to hit that real quick. Okay, so Cappy Sun.
Well,
Cancer.
Paul just said he loves the candles. Thank you so much. I did make a big effort. And this one has water and glitter, and the water blows around and makes the glitter go around.
What?
Isn't that cool?
That is cool. Where'd you find that? And that does look
I,
really nice back here.
I'll give you 3 guesses. That I got it at the secondhand store.
Oh, I love
Somebody
that.
actually gave it away. It's in perfect working order. But
Yes,
it is, it's, what do they call it? Vintage? They call it
yeah.
vintage. So let's go ahead and start with Taylor, and then we're going to go to Venus and then Sherry.
Okay. So Cappy Sun, you are a very organized young lady, and you plan things out. You already knew, and you're very good at this because you have a Capricorn Sun, a Cancer Moon, 2 Cardinal. They're the initiators. So you base it on how you feel. You plan things out by how they make you feel. If it's not, doing it for you in any way, and that Scorpio rising is really investigating to make sure that this is the right way. They're the best researchers and detectives. So you got a nice little trio going there. I would say you're very organized. You're emotionally mature and wise because of those 2 water signs too. Mm-hmm.
I do. I also feel like you're respected. Your opinions are respected, Taylor. I feel like there's people who look up to you and rely on you, and you are gracious with the way that you lead, and I feel like you like to lead with fun, and you don't like to be regimented, but you like to be organized, and this is it makes things a lot more flexible for others around you. I feel as though you do tend to take not the lead, but the responsibility. Like you may have been the third born in your family, but you're the one who holds the whole family together. Like why is everything falling on me to take care of it? And but it also makes you stronger in life that you had to learn those things earlier in life, and it also empowered you to be a strong leader and a fun leader. I do see you doing things with joy and just with a light heart, but it's a beautiful combination there, Miss Taylor.
Really is. They're very organized. You take charge, definitely.
Lots of fun. Okay, so next we have Venus, and thanks again, Venus, for the very generous donation. After Venus is Sherry M.
Okay, so let's see. Venus is a Pisces Sun, Capricorn Moon, Aquarius rising. Wow. Okay, with that Capricorn Moon, I'm going to say you're strong in your emotions. Like you don't let them get to you, because that Pisces Sun could kind of take you out of, take you emotionally out of things. But with that Capricorn Moon there and Aquarius rising, Aquariuses are usually, they're known for being detached. Like they're going to really investigate and feel out, right? Because Aquarius is the frequencies, right? So they're feeling out who's trustworthy, who's not. Let's put it that way. I don't know why relationships are coming in strong for me right now, but your Pisces Sun, and I'm going to say you learned this over time. It's not something we're born with. We have these capabilities, but we got to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, right, to get to where we understand who we are and things like that. And because that Pisces, they have a hard time not in any bad way. It's just that a Pisces can see every single way something can come about, and there's so many choices, and there's that it's good that you have that Capricorn moon, is what I'm trying to say, to kind of guide you into right direction. The Aquarius is just going to, it's an air sign, it's going to immediately ping on to what is in your favor and what's not. So that's a cool combination. The Pisces, though, gives you that spirit. You're just open hearted. You're very loving. You're very kind, and
Mm-hmm.
but you got a good set of boundaries there, perimeters.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. My goodness. And she said, yes, yes, and true. So everything you're saying is true. So Venus, what I was picking up for you is that sometimes you may be misunderstood and you're very sensitive, and people don't see that. They see that as being cold, but you're not cold. You're very guarded, and people misunderstand you sometimes, and that you are quite sensitive. And I also feel for you is that you have this work ethic and you work hard, and you're diligent and you want to do the right thing. It's important for you to do the right thing. And but you do it, you have such sensitivity that if somebody says anything about the way that you're working, it hurts your feelings because it's because of your sensitivity. But you want to do things that are right. And I do feel as though with your Pisces that you're being led with your instincts, your intuition, your spirit is leading you to do these things in a more of a global way or more of a humanitarian way. You always have the what's in the best interest of the greater good whenever you do or work or decide on anything. But your sensitivity and your work ethic, I think, sort of like ping pong back and forth with one another. But you have this beautiful way of dedicating yourself. And if somebody is good to you, you will be loyal to them. Like it's not that you expect loyalty, but when somebody is supportive to you, you don't forget it. You know what? You really appreciate somebody being that there for you. And I'm just going to stop there because we could go on and on, right?
I know. It's so much because there's so much to us, right? We're all multi-level, layered, and
Mhm.
and just like the chart, and it can go on. And think of this, and we have 40,000 asteroids. Keep making it going on.
Thank you. Sherry said she's here. Thank you, Sherry. Is Jog 3131? Jog, are you here? Just say hello. You'll be next after Sherry M.
Oh, that's what we
Sun
call
in
time.
Libra,
Okay.
Moon in Taurus, rising in Libra.
Boy, that Libra, you are the social. You're the social butterfly, and that Taurus, you can you can pull a party together. Like you can create, manifest. Libras are very social. They have a lot of friends. They like to do group activities. I just see you creating these like get-togethers, like what are they called? Like getaways, weekend getaway. Let's go here. Let's do this. Like what's that called when somebody is the tour guide? Am I saying that right? No. The
Yeah. Hmm.
What's the word looking for? The person who
Hmm.
knows, like, I guess it would be, they're showing me this ship, like the the guide on the ship that gives you all the ideas on where to go and have fun. I don't know why I'm seeing that for you. The hostess. Thank you, Leah. You are very fair and balanced. Libras are very fair and balanced and just. Tauruses are they like their comfort zone, so you set it up to where you set your daily life up to where you are very comfortable, very happy in um, your social circle. I just keep getting social circle. Wow,
Hmm.
Stuart, thank you, Leah. Oh goodness, I didn't read cards on the last tune. I'm sorry. I have begin now. Take your first step. Like if you're dreaming of something, just make a little step towards it today, especially in this solstice energy. Even if you write it down or, speak it. I did little ceremony. You could do ceremonies today, really good, like the cinnamon ceremony, a candle ceremony, anything to honor yourself for the journey. Um, Libras,
Mhm.
they go, go, go. So make sure
I
you
saw I saw somebody talking about a 13 moon ceremony,
uh,
and they wrote down 13 things that we would like to manifest over the next 13 moons, which is the year. And
woo. Oh,
they
I love
said that the first 12 that you either burn or bury or flush, and the last one that you pick up, that you choose, like you make 13 choices, you write them down on a piece of paper, fold them up, mix
mhm.
them up, you choose one out, set it aside, and you bury the rest or burn the rest, whatever. And the one that you picked is the one that you're going to work on manifesting, and the other 12 you're going to trust that the universe is going to bring to you. That was so good.
That is so cool, Jean. Oh my God, I love that idea. I'm gonna do that. That is really cool.
Well, honest, that was like the Cliff Note version. You might want to look
Yeah,
it up, the 13 moon ceremony.
no,
But I
I
think it's
like
on the
that.
solstice is when they do it. Either
Yeah,
that or it's on the last new moon of the year.
yeah.
They have all these things. I can't remember which one, but it's the 13 moon, I think. Yeah. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. I'm just saying what I remember, but that's the
and
gist of it.
and that's cool. That and the ceremony it is your personal thing. You bring in what you want. You put your little touches on it, your words in it, and I know for years I had the same. I was working on the same releasing. I mean, I still am. It's hard to release um,
Mm,
unworthiness or things that you just don't. In my voice, it took me a while to get my voice, but just it takes a layer off though. Takes another layer every month, and then add an intention ceremony on what I would like to create. So I kind of been doing both the same last couple of years because I used to just do the full moons release, the new moons create, but it's been tough on humanity. Anyway, and Jean, you had that. I love that when you make the pot of orange and cinnamon. You had something on Facebook today,
yes.
and I was like, I
Mhm.
went immediately and did that because I'd forgotten about it. That's a good thing
It's
too.
called a Christmas simmer pot, and it's oranges and cinnamon and clove and all that like yummy smelling stuff, and it's just so delicious. And
Yeah.
if I can think of it, I'll bring it up for all you.
Yeah.
But did you get Sherry? You finished Sherry, right?
Oh, I
So
did. I'm sorry. Was
okay.
going off on
Um,
the
so Sherry, you have I love that your balanced is balanced. Like your Libra is the balance, is the justice, is the equator, all grand or great equalizer, and the Taurus is the earth sign and the groundedness and the leader. And you're very grounded, but you have this balanced way of expressing yourself, and I feel like it does overflow in your work. And this is what Val's saying, that you were the concierge. Is it that what it is? I
Oh,
don't know.
that's the
But
word. Yes.
and the Julie McCoy of it all, right? On Love Boat, Julie McCoy. I mean,
Yeah.
is it Love Boat? But and this is your strength and your dilemma, because you have this ability to be in balance so much that you don't. I feel like you search for fun. I feel like you search for, how come everybody else can like be up here and connect to their angels, and you're so grounded that you're like, well, what about, how do I get there? And you're so balanced that you're like, why don't I ever feel so like these extremes? And I'm sure you have extremes in your life, but your ability and your stability and your groundedness and your balance and your truth and justice is so very instilled in your energy, that I feel like you may have difficulty sort of letting go, having fun, cutting your hair, putting on face paint. You'll be like, I would never face paint my face. Like there's certain, like, because there's only so far that you can let yourself have fun. But not that you can't, but these are your tendencies. This is the energy around you. And I'm not talking about face paint specifically. I'm just saying some things where other people, would go silly and crazy, or dress up, or maybe spray paint their hair or something. And you're very comfortable in this grounded, stable, balanced kind of a energy, which there's no right or wrong, there's no good or bad, but I do feel like sometimes you wonder, or you wish, I wish I had that. And I'm not sure if this is you came in as an old soul, and or that you even as a child, you had like this maturity about you. And I do see you. This helps you to be a leader, and it helps you to be accessible to many different people in your orbit. No matter if they're flighty or if they're grounded, whatever it is, you can balance them, or help to direct them. Like I feel like you're like a hub. If that makes any sense.
That's a good point. Because you have that double Libra. There's another cardinal sign. It's a cardinal sign. So you do have that. You are the grounded one. And I was just getting, did you see her other comment? Which one was it? So true. I would hold everyone's purses while they dance. I love it.
Yep. So, and then she said, I'm an inventor of all. I'm part of a girl group of 13, and we do the things, but I prefer to be home outside of that. Wow.
Awesome, though. I mean, when you do get together, you plan, you do a nice get together. And is it okay if I go back to, I'm sorry, Venus? I got imagination. I didn't pick a card for you. So it's envision a new reality. Give yourself permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. And Taylor, I got watching the clouds. This is about you dreaming, not doing as much, because you got all that do energy in you. Okay, sorry about that.
No, that's great. I love it. I love it. They love the cards. Hi, just visiting. Okay, so Joe G is here, and Joe G says Capricorn Sun, Libra Rising, and Leo Moon.
Whoa. Let's see all this cardinal sign. Capricorn Sun, Libra Rising. Well, my goodness. Balanced, fair, harmonious, leader. The Leo Moon, big heart. You just care. You care about people. You are very compassionate. I want to say you do something like you volunteer. I'm getting something about volunteering. I'm not sure if you do. But I mean, to me, you're 11 degrees Libra rising. It's a nice degree. So see, you're even born with balance. Look at that, right on your rising degree. And I feel you have like a huge heart, like humanitarian too. You care about everybody. You for the world. You want to see
She has the world as her icon.
Oh, she does? Oh, goodness. I didn't even see it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you care about the world. You do. You have a vision for that. And I believe that you do something because of those two cardinal sides. You started a group. You're doing a group, what did I say? A volunteer. You care. You put your time and energy into caring.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess. Oh, let me give it a card for her before I forget. I'm holding the cards. Yes, I have a huge heart. Prosperity. Ooh, look at that. A gift of money is on the way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. Now, see, as I'm reading that, I know you would do something to help people. Help with money. You're just very, very nice energy in there. And on the bottom, they're like it's because she's a goddess. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like you're here for a reason. Hi, I'm Steve. Nice to see you. Joji, you're here for a reason. And what I mean by that is you're a star seed and you're here to help support humanity.
Mhm.
And you have a bigger mission than many of us. And I know that you have led or experienced much in your lifetime. But this is the point in history that you were meant to be here. And I feel like you know that there's something different going on right now and that it means something means different. It means differently to you. And this is why Val said that you care so much. And I feel as though that you know, they say that the ETs are looking at us like we're um, toddlers, just and that they see us as just learning and making mistakes and falling down and taking toys away from people and hitting people, and we're all learning just how to adjust and get along, just like toddlers do. But they care about us like the way we would care about a toddler. And you're
Mhm.
here on earth to do that, to emulate that, to express that, to hold that energy here on earth and to represent that. I do feel as though you have you're part of the grid workers as well. You work
Mhm.
on the earth's grid energetically, and you don't have to, sometimes you may not be aware of it, but this beautiful Libra, 11 degrees, this balance, and the Capricorn, the hard worker, the loyalty and the diligent, and the heart and compassion in that Capricorn, and the Leo moon, the leader, and but you lead from behind. You lead, you don't stand in front and boast yourself, even though it's a Leo. You think Leos would be like, look at me, look at me. No, you lead from behind. You say, look what we
Mhm.
can do. It's a more of a we more than a me.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
like to champion that way. But I do feel as though you have a galactic resonance in your energy that is coming through in this astrological sort of moon, sun, and rising. But it would be fun to see all of your information. Maybe you can do a live one for us, Val, to see how that plays out. That's really interesting, Joji. So I hope that was helpful for you. But
Hmm.
she was also saying for you, Val, she's saying, yes, I do things at a level most cannot understand. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
And there was something else I thought she said.
Yeah. It says it very on point, Jean. It is the we. It is the we with you. Yes, very much. And
Mm-hmm.
and you're always. I feel like you're helping on some level, whether you're volunteering, you're thinking of volunteering, you just show up or you do things, whether anybody knows about it or not. That's something that is you.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I didn't call the next person, but while we're waiting, this is Val's email. And if you are anybody interested in getting a reading from Val, Val, do you want to tell them what to do, how
Sure.
to email you?
Just email me. Um, hold on. I'm being at. I usually give away readings when I'm with Jean, and I wasn't even thinking about it. And they said you forgot to give readings. So, um, email me with solstice in the subject line, and we'll pick a couple people for readings. But you got to bear with me. I'm moving on to 27, so it might not really happen until later on in January. But I
Mm-hmm.
will I will stay in contact with you.
Oh my gosh, Val. Oh
I
my
know it's a
gosh.
lot. My son found his house, and it was it. Next thing I know, we're moving, and I'm like, been packing anyway. You know what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Abby Moser, are you still here? Abby Mosier, are you still here?
Yeah, solstice. So I'm gonna put that in there. Solstice for a reading.
Give her a second to respond. She's here. Good.
Mm,
All right. Gemini sun, a little different. Libra moon and Sag rising.
mm, very. You go, girl. You got energy. I feel your energy. A lot of Libra today. Balance. Wow. You now think of Gemini and Sagittarius are cross on the wheel, right? So Gemini is the brains, right? The it's all about communication. Mercury rules Gemini. Uh, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, okay? And Jupiter is fire sign. So you think about how big that energy is, right? And how fast your mind is going. Thankfully, you have that Libra moon to bring you down and help you balance out and really just but I'm getting you think so fast. Like you make decisions so it's like boom, 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 boom. Like you're probably pro at it by now. You know what I mean? But that ability to how do I want to say this? Like hone in on this, I just see you moving a lot. Like do you got your like a lot of irons in the fire. Let's put it that way. Always you're coming up with there's just everything to you is I feel it's fun. I don't know how to the word that I'm getting here. It's fun and it's exciting. That's the word. Gemini is like excitement. So do Sagittarius. They like to move and go out, and Sagittarius loves to travel. Um, that Libra, though, that Libra will is the cardinal sign, right? Let's just say the cardinal signs are and for lack of a better word, adults, right? Out of all the signs, there's cardinal, fixed, mutable. Fixed are hard. They don't really like to make changes, right? Libra is a cardinal sign where they implement the changes. Mutable, which is Gemini and Sag, brings it together. They'll figure out a way. That's what I'm seeing. You have all these ideas and all this like really cool. I mean, just the way you live life is exciting and fast. And let me know if I'm right there, because I feel like you're just uh, almost a genius
Yeah.
at this juggling. Oh,
Yeah. So Abby, just let us know if that makes sense to you. I know it might be hard for her to type right now. So Abby, what I'm feeling for you for your, or did you want to do the card first, Val? I'm sorry. Did I jump in?
it's okay. Go ahead. I can
She
pull a
said very
card from
much so. Yeah, she said very much so.
you
It
are. You are.
resonates with her. Mhm.
And look, and I get the cards far away places. I mean, that's a Sag card. They love to travel. Get ready for new horizons. So you are. I feel planning. You've been They said here this one too. Stepping into your power. You've been doing this. You've done the work. I mean, we're going to always be doing the work, but you have an idea. You have the idea in a Gemini, right? That Sag, that vision. You are strong beyond measure and stepping into your power. It's going to be, I see a really good year for you.
Mhm.
There you go. Sorry, Jean.
That's all right. No, I jumped in a little too soon. So what I was getting for you, Abby, is that you have you feel your emotions very deeply. So your rivers run deep, and your highs are high and your lows are low, and you vacillate between two different not realities, but two different scenarios. Like you are who you are, and you have this personality that would charm the the
Mm-hmm.
warts off a toad. Like you're very, very charming,
Mm-hmm.
and yet you have this diligent, responsible, and ethical uh like current current running through you. And you often want to be this charming and spontaneous, and maybe even performative. I don't even know if you like to act at all, but a little bit more of the arts and expressing yourself and just being expressing those emotions and being playful. Yet you have this other current inside of you that pulls you back into the more stable, more routine, more grounded kind of a feeling. And so you do not struggle, but you do vacillate between these two parts of yourself. And that's okay, but it can be confusing sometimes because you're pulled in two different directions. And I think that your mission, or that your one of your opportunities, is to learn how to blend these two, like bring that charming, that theatrical, that playful, that expressive, emotional aspect of yourself into that routine and loyalty and dependable kind of person. Like it's not all or nothing. It's the blend of the two. But you do pull back and forth between the two. And I almost feel like, now, don't take this the wrong way. It's not Jekyll and Hyde, but it's almost like during the day you're all business. At night you're like, woohoo, like I don't even know if you change your clothes and put on something a lot more fun, or like you just have this way about you, and that's fine. I mean, there's so many professionals out there that wear a suit and tie, or a uniform every day, and then when they go home they can really just express themselves. I was at the hair salon recently, and this woman walked in, and I read everybody's energy, and I could tell right away that she was one of the stylists there. And she had on really cute shoes. Her makeup was nice. Her hair was all done. She had on this really high fashion bag, like she just walked the talk. She was oozing, all of this personality, style, and artist. She was like an artist, not just a hairstylist, not just somebody that wore a smock, but she really loved the artistry, the color, the creativity of it all. And I just love like reading different people when they walk by. But I'm just seeing that those kind of things are true for you too. So I'm not sure if any of that. She's just laughing. Yeah.
I love that. Oh, there is a lot of color there. They do have a lot of personality, and oh, there's something else you said. No, Jesus, just left my mind. It'll come back. But yeah, the actor, the actress, I'm getting something on that for sure. Or you don't mind singing or being speaking in front of people, and being yourself there. That's cool.
It's the ability. It's not like you're that way all the time. It's the ability. Like this comes out in you. And I think that you do. I mean, you like both parts of yourself, but you wish sometimes that you could, do things that bring you joy, and we all wish that for you, Miss Abby. But all the best to you. It was really fun learning a little bit more about you. And Val, that's going to be the show for today, because I already did a show early, not because, but I did a show earlier with Akila, and that was lots of fun. And I have some things to work on later on this afternoon, and I'm glad that we were able to dip into that. And let me just pop this up real quick, because
it's a big week. We got holidays. We got all kinds of stuff going. I'm moving. I don't even know.
I can't.
Everybody take this week though and just allow yourself to just be. 3 days of solstice. I want to say that winter solstice is a 3-day thing. This is where the 3 days of darkness come, because we go inside, and then that Capricorn will get you moving in the right direction. Let me put it that way.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So Abby, let me just pop this up. She said it does resonate, and also went to beauty school. So funny you brought up the hairstylist.
That's so crazy. That's cool.
Mhm.
I love
That's
it.
good. So
Yeah.
this is my website. If you just go to sunpsychicgene.com, and you'll notice here and down here are all the different readings that you can look through and choose if you guys are looking for a reading. And right here is the events page. You click on the events page. It's right here underneath that little picture. And you'll see some of my past events that I did. It was so much fun to do these past events. But I
Oh,
have one coming up on December 28th, and it's a chakra healing workshop, and it's 3 o'clock on Sunday, December 28th, 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. And if you click on it, you'll see the description of what it is. The fee is only $10. And if you click on attend and go through and put your registration information in there, you'll get an email sent to you with the actual link um, to this event. So you want to hang on to that receipt, to that email that you got. And if you didn't get it, look in your junk folder, because sometimes, receipts and stuff go into your junk folder. But just check on it and make sure that you get the receipt. And you can also test the link when you get the link. Just you can test the Zoom link to make sure that it goes in there. And then just, set yourself a reminder, because I had a couple people say, I forgot the time or something like that. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys know, when you get the link, when you get the receipt, make sure you save it, you hold it, and you write down the time. But the time's always on my website as well. But this is it's a lot of fun. I'm going to be going over what the chakras are. We're going to work on the 7 chakras, and I'm going to talk about how they correspond to the auric field. And that's why I love this icon here. This image here shows a little bit of both. I'll show you how they work, why they work, what the colors mean, and how to balance and align your chakras. And then so the first half is going to be instructional. And then the second half, we're going to be doing a guided meditation together, doing our own chakra healing. And I'm going to be guiding you through the steps in how to do a balancing and healing of our own chakras. And it's going to be lots of fun. You can get nice and snuggly and warm and just settle in and sit back and enjoy the second half of that. So I'm really looking forward to this event, and that's Sunday, December 20th. And I left it in there because a lot of people are off between Christmas and New Year's, and I'm thinking they're either not going to be available or they are, but I wanted to offer something before the end of the year. I love doing my events, and I just love supporting and allowing another opportunity for all of us to come together and to join together and do something fun and get our mind off of something. Sometimes it's it's important to remember. But thank
yeah.
you very much, Valerie, for your
Sounds like
expertise,
fun.
for going over all that information with us.
Can I say something I almost forgot? While
Yeah.
you're talking about meditation, that they had guided me to say this earlier. For the solstice meditation, you just take a few minutes to yourself, just, calm yourself, take a couple deep breaths. See yourself with your dragon. Your dragon's flying you into the sun, and you're just floating. You're just floating down. And just give yourself a few minutes in that state. Those light codes are coming in with all of us. So I thought I did it. I do it pretty much every day though. But that dragon thing, it's just like I fall with the dragon, just like it's just floating in plasma. It's not like you're slamming down in the ground, if that makes sense. But thank you, G, for letting me say that. Is she there? Are you there? Oh, there you
I am
go.
here. Sorry, you guys.
It's
My
okay.
internet is going in and out. Can you hear
I know,
me?
mine too. Yeah,
Can you hear me
I hear
now?
you. Yes,
You can
we
hear
hear
me
you.
now? All right.
Yeah.
Good time for my internet to go out. My screen over here says I lost connection. Can you still hear me? No?
Yeah, I can. No, I can hear you fine. Yeah,
Oh, okay, good.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, what happened?
But it's
But
not here.
well, hopefully this will go through. Thank you again, Val. Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.